And welcome back to the Something Something Movies podcast. Now, it is time for Trailer of the Year, okay? Because since we're wrapping up 2017 and putting it in the books, me and Renzo wanted to gather our favorite trailers and teasers and tell you guys what makes a good trailer. Because a lot of these trailers, they spoil the shit out of you, they completely mismark everything. So we're here to tell you which ones you should actually watch. And probably take some notes down, like if you ever want to make a trailer.
True.
These are the trailers you look out for.
All right, so let's start this off with me. I'm gonna go ahead and go first. My first favorite teaser of the year. I gotta say, It Comes at Night from A24 Studios. Runs only about a minute 24 seconds long. Probably one of the first few teasers we talked about on the show.
Yeah.
And it's still to this day hypes me up. I've
does.
already seen the film, but it still leaves me feeling like there's a mystery.
I feel like that, watching that trailer, it makes it seem like making trailers is an art form in itself. Because the first few seconds, you're already drawn into it.
Yeah.
Just by the single panning shot and the audio that comes with it.
It starts off with just this a shot of a really ominous painting, and then a slow pan towards
Hallway.
a dark, pitch black hallway going further down. And in the background, you hear a bit of dialogue from the movie in which the characters find out something scary. We're not going to talk about it in detail, but the conversation gets more and more tense and nerve-wracking as the camera goes further into the darkness, and finally when it hits its crescendo, you see this red door slowly come out from the darkness, and that coincided with the peak of this nerve-inducing conversation. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was a good payoff as well. And it didn't stop there. There was just another montage of snippets. It didn't give everything away, but something definitely is coming at night.
Yes.
And even the score, the sound, how they incorporated each element to make it more nerve-wracking and more intense every beat it hits. I feel like that in itself, that's how you market a freaking horror movie.
Which is interesting because people thought that, It Comes at Night's teaser and trailer kind of made it a bad movie.
Really?
Yeah, because, I feel like that's a theme with a lot of my favorite teasers from this year. It's people didn't like them because of
how it was presented?
How it was presented, because the end product gave them something different. On that note, I'd like to tell you my second favorite.
Go for it.
I think this one actually is my favorite trailer.
Trailer?
Yeah, because I don't think it was a teaser, right? It was a trailer, the one we talked about. I'm talking about Mother.
Mother. Okay, that was a trailer.
Yeah, it was definitely a trailer. And both of these trailers or teasers are basically the main reason why people didn't end up liking the movie. And it's just weird because I really like the trailers and I really like the teasers, but for me, I feel like it's because I don't really pay attention to the tone of the trailer. I don't let it decide for me what kind of movie it is. I just let it build a mystery, build sort of like an underline, a blank space, and it's up to the movie now to fill it in.
And I think another point where you're coming off is you knew the director, Darren Aronofsky.
Yes.
And you knew how fucked up he was in terms of his filmography.
Yeah.
For someone, a very casual audience member that watches that, doesn't even pay attention to the director, knows Jennifer Lawrence is in it, Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem is in it, so it's like, oh, these are big names in Hollywood, it's gonna draw. And it looks like, there's something up with this house.
Yeah.
So it looks, if you don't pay attention to the right things, you can get misled. Just like how if people watch the trailer to Drive, you think it's Transporter. You don't pay attention to all those laurels that it's a friggin' Sundance film winner or whatever.
Is Drive Nicholas Winding Refn?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
Exactly.
If you know who he is, then he's also
pretty messed up
in movies. But it's like in the trailer, it says there from the director of Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan. Yeah. So, already just from that alone, you should know that it's not just going to be a run-of-the-mill horror film. It's not. And especially with big names like Javier Bardem, Jennifer Lawrence, you also got Michelle Pfeiffer, and
Ed Harris.
Wow, you didn't even Google any of that. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
And based on these names alone, you should know that they're not going to sign up for just a run-of-the-mill slasher horror flick. They're going to bring it. They're going to make it strange. And I feel like that's what really drew me in, all these elements.
Can I just say just a bit of an Easter egg or whatever that caught me off guard when I watched it? Kristen Wiig was in that movie.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig is in that movie.
What?
Kristen
Just for
Wiig
like,
is in
it's
that
not even a
movie.
spoiler. It's just like, oh, she's just there.
Yeah,
Like,
and she's there when the movie.
hits its crescendo. Thank you.
You're gonna keep using that.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have no clue what that means. I just know.
I don't know how to spell it.
So, to my next point, I feel like, these trailers, along with It Comes at Night, really, even the theme of It Comes at Night's teaser is the unknown.
Exactly.
It pans into a black hallway, not really sure what's gonna come at you. It shows you a red door by the end of it, and even then, it shows you something, but also it poses another question: what's behind the red door? So I feel like if you take a look at these themes, you then will start to build the proper expectations for the film to the point where if you watch it, you won't be disappointed by a genre change. Because if you watch the teaser for It Comes at Night, you should know that the theme is uncertainty. Is what is the whole, it's scarier, what you can't see is much scarier than what you can see. And with Mother, if you watch the trailer and you know the context of the director and the actors, then you would know that it's not just going to be, again, Javier Bardem going crazy, running after Jennifer Lawrence with a knife. That's not what happens.
Exactly.
Okay, that's not what happens at all in the movie. So people were disappointed because I feel like they jumped to conclusions just based on the trailer.
That's interesting how you picked horror movies as your trailers of the year. And I feel like making trailers for horror movies is probably one of the hardest things because you don't want to give anything away because horror movies are open to twists and like revealing monsters.
What was that trailer of the week that we had a couple of months ago? The one with Bella Thorne in it. Like,
oh geez, keep watching.
Keep watching.
That MTV High Voltage, where it should have ended like a minute ago, but it just kept going. And they reveal a very important plot point where somebody dies.
Yeah,
like, are you serious?
Like, why would you show that?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's very important to point out these teasers and these trailers because it shows you that movies in which there are horror elements, but they're not entirely horror. There are just these elements in them. It's not black and white. As soon as you see a movie with an ominous tone in the background, with scary dialogue, with darkness in it, it's not automatically a horror film. That's the beauty of movies. It can be so nuanced.
I think what people feel like why expectations aren't met is because a lot of movies now are subverting genres. And genres are there for a reason. It's supposed to set an expectation for people to come in the cinema. That's why I feel like you should really kick away genres and just be open to the experience.
Exactly.
Because if you come into Mother expecting it to be like Scream or it being like Get Out for white people, you'd be sadly disappointed.
Exactly. It's not 2003 anymore, people.
Yeah.
Like, people are running out of ideas, and that's beautiful because now we're getting all sorts of these crazy fucking movies that are just strange as hell. But again, you should open up your mind and expectations to maybe it's not just going to be a black and white horror film. It's not just going to be a black and white this or that. It's everything's a gray area nowadays,
Exactly.
So those are my favorites this year. Again, It Comes at Night, the teaser, and the full trailer of Mother from Darren Aronofsky.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna go subvert the genre of suicide and dark stuff.
Yeah.
Like, let's go a little lighter, Renzo. It is the end of the 2017. So, one of the teasers that really captivated me. This is a teaser, by the way. It's for Downsizing. Because at first you think, okay, you see a lot of these big names. You got Matt Damon, Kristen Wiig. You got that dude from Inglourious Basterds. I forgot his name. Christoph Waltz. Like, wow. So it's you got these big names. Then all of a sudden, you think it's about a life movie, something like a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you see Matt Damon being wheeled into like this room with all unconscious
other unconscious bodies,
and then they're downsizing. You're like,
literally making people smaller.
Then you're like, oh shit! I thought downsizing meaning you have to change your lifestyle because you got to downsize because you're not earning that much.
Or like maybe he was fired from his company because they're downsizing, and now they have to like recalibrate their lives.
Literally downsizing.
Literally downsizing. And the teaser in itself is only 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm like, wow, okay, you got my attention.
Even the teaser is downsized.
Yeah, exactly. It totally just it's aligned with the title of the movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like teasers could be done in that way where you just give them a little bit and now I'm interested. I saw the trailer. It was a good trailer, but I could have just done away with a teaser.
You know, it'd be interesting to think of other weird movies that we know now are weird because we've seen them. Given that same downsized teaser treatment, like for example,
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
No,
think
it's
of
a good
one.
one though. Like you're saying that to do like a movie, like a trailer, but just give that downsized element. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
where
what?
you just like you tease the weirdest part of it, and then you just cut
Don't
away
give any
immediately.
context.
Yeah, don't
yeah,
give any
that's
context.
good. Like, yeah, we're trying to do this.
I feel like, I feel like what would have been sick, for example, like, okay, picture this.
Okay.
You don't see this guy's face, but this guy stumbles out of a limo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see him. He's wearing a suit. He's all disheveled and roughed up, slowly walking around, and then you hear him like swear at himself, like, "Oh fucking shit" or something, and then he just keeps walking. The voice sounds familiar. Keeps walking, and then you hear from behind someone go like, "Hey punk, turn around," and then slowly pans down to the hand. Zing, claws come out and then cut.
There
So it's
it
like
is.
there you
Oh, fucking Wolverine! It's Logan.
Wolverine,
That's
but then you're
Logan.
also like, he swore. So this is gonna be like a gritty.
That's
thing.
good.
So
Holy
you,
crap!
you know, so you tease like you reveal like a bit of what it is, and then you cut it off immediately.
Can I just say, you pointed out now films these days on YouTube they show like 5 seconds of the highlight.
Yeah, they do that nowadays.
So I remember when we were watching the trailer for the Last Born.
Yeah.
It's just
It's called Jason Bourne.
Yeah, Jason Bourne. So it's just Matt Damon, like he's getting ready for a fight. This big dude coming up with him, then just smacks him.
And then
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, and then start trailer.
Yeah,
So it shows you a trailer. It shows you a teaser of the trailer
within the trailer.
within the trailer.
So is that? I mean, are our attention spans that small now?
The last movie that did it is Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's like
wait, is it Jurassic World?
Jurassic Planet. I don't know.
Jurassic Galaxy.
I think-
Dinosaurs in space.
Yeah.
No, Jurassic World
Lost
2.
Yeah. Lost.
Fallen Kingdom. That's what it's
Kingdom,
called.
yeah.
They released, I believe, a couple of weekends ago. They released literally a 20-second version of this sort of teaser, and then they're like trailer Friday.
But okay, what they did wrong, it looked like it didn't seem like a very purposeful scene. It just seemed like, oh, here's a scene from the movie. Yeah. Like it's like, hey, it's Chris Pratt on TRL, and here's a little scene from.
Yeah, that's true.
movie.
We have a clip from your movie right now.
And
Don't we?
then it just teases
Here, it's like literally just
boom.
this.
Run! That's it. And then, oh, okay, holy crap. A lot of people running.
A lot of dinosaurs, a lot of
mayhem.
destruction. And then
The end.
Trailer Thursday.
And it didn't.
What's
Okay.
the name of the movie?
Trailer Thursday. Wow, that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't seem like they put a lot of thought into it. Just like, hey, let's cut some things. But that Logan, that's really good. I would be invested in.
Right?
That.
That'd be pretty sick.
That's
I wouldn't mind if they did that, if they did teasers like this, but if they actually utilized the short span of time, like what they did with Downsizing.
Yeah.
Like they utilized the really short amount of time. They didn't just show you bits of what they already had. They kind of framed it already in a way that would make you guess. This is already just showing you
what they have.
Yeah, 20 seconds of the entire premise. That it's the same cast. They're all just running from dinosaurs. That's
And it's apocalyptic. Like you see, like the island's falling apart.
Yeah.
And then but this one, first you think it's like, oh, it's a movie. It's a high profile movie. All these big names are in it. Then you see them getting shrunk down.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm sold. Like tiny Matt Damon, like tiny Rick. So that was my teaser, and very polarizing. My trailer of the year is the second trailer of Star Wars: Last Jedi.
Judas.
We flipped a coin. I saw it. I actually hated myself for watching it.
Judas.
But, are you gonna let me finish? One more Judas? Yeah. Okay. Anyway. There were a lot of shenanigans coming into it. That's what my friend said. Oh, because, Star Wars, they do this right. They kind of mismarket, or they lead you towards this path. Then they do a complete 180. Nope, that's not what we're going to do. I would give a big disclaimer just to watch it once. Don't analyze every scene, because if you do, you're going to see some inconsistencies with the background. Like, there's this one scene where Rey is saying, I need to know my place in this. Cut to him talking to Kylo Ren, and that was completely out of the movie. But if you really pay attention to it, you're like, okay, they just cut those two scenes together.
Yeah.
I feel like this trailer, I can relate it to a magic trick.
Okay.
It'll fool you if you let it fool you. and it will take you on this journey if only you allow it, and you don't put this skeptic eye on, and you just watch it this one time and carry that feeling into the cinema. Because when I watched that one time and I went to the cinema, I was like expecting all these things, and they completely just haha.
They even mention it in the trailer. Luke Skywalker himself says this is not going to end the way you think.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But to counter your point on the whole, Rey, in the end of the trailer, they do show Rey saying, I need someone to show my place in this world, and they cut it to Kylo Ren extending his hand. Now, that would have been cool if it didn't actually fucking happen in the movie, which it did. It did.
And not in the way you think it would.
But, it was pretty much the exact same way. It was pretty much Rey going oh, I don't know who I am, who are my parents. And then, Kylo Ren extends his hand and does the exact same exchange anyway. So I feel like, sure, that really wasn't literally what she said to Kylo Ren because she was talking to Luke in that scene, but it still happened. So technically they still gave it away, that they were going to meet up and that they were going to, have this conversation. So
I'd be really pissed if, so little spoilers, if those haven't seen Star Wars, if they showed the fight scene. I would get so pissed off.
That would be the worst.
Because you got pissed off because they're spoilers, just saying. They showed the Phasma fight.
Yeah, they showed the Finn Phasma fight.
And I feel like the one they showed was longer than the fight scene.
Yeah, that's true.
I felt so underwhelmed. Can I just say? I mean, I'm delving into the episode we're about to have.
Yeah.
But that fight scene was way too short.
And I feel like...
But yeah,
I just didn't like how they showed that Finn was going to use his old body. That's it. I just didn't like that. Because not watching the trailer, going into the movie, I was hyped as hell. I stood up from my seat, and then I sat back down immediately because I didn't want to be a dick. But, I was just so hyped up, and no one else was hyped up because I assumed everyone else had seen the trailer, and so they already saw this in the trailer and knew it was going to happen.
For me, I kind of forgot that I saw it. And when I saw it, I'm like, I didn't stand, but I was pretty hyped.
Yeah.
But again, just watch that one time. If you keep watching it and watch it every day, obviously you're going to spoil yourself. That's bad. So yeah, just treat it like a magic trick. I felt like, I kept that, I put away the skeptical eye, and I just put in that eye of wonderment. Yeah. Please find Disney, take me on this journey. I'll be fooled by you.
So what did you like? What else did you like about it so much? Like I said, so really, it's just that it subverted your expectations.
Yeah,
and then...
I like the way that it showed. It didn't reveal a big plot. It revealed that Rey was conflicted, and that she needed a teacher. That's all it revealed. It didn't reveal that the Resistance was slowly dying.
That's true.
They didn't reveal all
any
that.
of the B plots.
Yeah.
They didn't even show any of Canto Bight.
Yeah, they didn't. So they didn't even reveal Rose.
That's true. So I had, going into the film, I was like, who is this girl? Is she gonna be? Oh, she's part of the cast.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I liked about it, because it didn't reveal. It revealed only some of the major plots. They didn't even reveal that the whole how Rey and Luke were established, how their relationship was. I liked that because I didn't know where that was going.
That's true.
I like the fact that Poe was having his own character arc as well. They didn't reveal that as well.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's what I liked about it, because it's rare for a movie to take us off guard these days. And when you see a trailer, it's like, okay, this is the premise. Just fill in the blanks right now. This is the foundation. Okay, take me from here.
Yeah.
This one was just, let's focus on this. But I was actually more, invested in the fucking, again, spoilers. Them getting away from the first order.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that part. And they didn't reveal, in my book, they didn't reveal too much. Again, because I didn't want to look into it.
And watching the trailer, you're right, though. They didn't reveal any of the B-plots and any of that stuff. So they kept it
Maybe they should have revealed Canto Bight so people would know, it's going to go this way, too.
No, I mean, I feel like people would have, you already know how these people work. If they had seen Canto Bight, they would have already come up with 6,000 expectations for what this place is or what it's going to serve, but then they're just going to be disappointed and everything. So I feel like, it's good that they didn't reveal too
Something
much.
I wish they took away aside from the Phasma fight was when Snoke was doing that thing and Rey was like, ah!
Yeah.
I was like,
goodness.
God damn!
Now we know Rey gets to Snoke.
Yeah, because that's the one scene that was engraved in my head coming into it. Still a badass scene though.
Yeah.
But you kind of know that Snoke's gonna get to Rey, so I was like,
yeah.
All right.
I feel like there's just so much that if you watch it, you can easily put 2 and 2 together and
Yeah.
be like, oh, so she is going to end up there, he's going to end up there, this is going to happen. But that's why I didn't like it, but I'm glad that you liked it. I'm happy that it was pretty okay for you. Maybe this is Stockholm Syndrome. Like, your brain is kind of just like
You know,
trying to cope with the horrible...
You know, next time we're gonna have a coin flip for the Han Solo trailer.
Oh,
We're
man.
gonna see who's gonna watch it.
Oh.
But yes. So that's for me. It's downsizing for the teaser of the year, and trailer of the year is Star Wars Last Jedi.
So what can we learn from your choices? I feel like what we can learn is, you know, when it comes to teasers,
Don't the whole show me the money. Don't.
yeah. If you're gonna make a teaser, formulate it as a teaser. Don't just make it a smaller version of the trailer you're gonna release. Like we're not itching to see the trailer. We're itching to see the movie.
Yeah.
So remember that's what you're looking toward. And with Star Wars, it's important to mislead the audience every now and then.
Exactly.
Especially with something as big as Star Wars.
Yeah, and I feel like that's another art form in itself. Like you set up expectations, but not completely away from it, but just set up something. So like a red herring, just like make them focus on this. Then when they get to the cinema, it's this plus more.
Yeah.
That's what I felt the Star Wars did it.
And it's nice that I feel like that they were kind of self-aware with Luke again saying this is not going to end the way you think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Actually, the whole movie again, calling back to our Star Wars episode.
It's great.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. So those were our trailers of the year and teasers of the year. We'll be back with more of Something Something Movies right after a message from our sponsor.
This part of Something Something podcast is brought to you by the word 2017, because just like your ninongs and ninangs, they're long gone, never to be seen or heard ever again.